The Rotman School is the advantage that it has is that it's a cooperative program designed in conjunction with the arts and science and the business school. And the result of this is that you get this wide, sort of a broad education in a number of different areas. And it also has the advantage of being at the University of Toronto, which is considered a world-class research university, number one. And number two is that it's also in the city of Toronto, which is the business center for Canada. The city of Toronto is a the word we use in Canada is a multicultural society. What that means is that the vast majority of the people that live in the city were not born in Canada and speak a different language or have a different culture. And this is considered a huge asset. So many of you who are international students will, of course, you don't think of this yourself because you are you, but from the perspective of a university, applying to this university is a huge asset because you bring with you business contacts from your home country. And Canada has long been a country that uses international contacts, particularly the city of Toronto. And one of the advantages of being a university in a city that has a lot of business contacts is that you can have a lot of instant interaction with business leaders in the country. It's probably the most important thing. Now, the thresholds for admission vary by region, of course. The students are generally in the top 5% of their class. In Ontario, the overall average has to be in the high 80s. I would argue that it's probably higher than that. You have to have an average somewhere in the 90s in order to be accepted into the Rotman School. However, there are various other things that you will need as well. There are specific courses that you need to have, and they generally are math courses. Other schools and qualifications, every applicant to the Rotman Center, to the Rotman Commerce program must submit a supplemental application, similar to what the Smith program was, in addition to your OUAC application, of course. Yes, you have to have all the other things. Now, I want to just stop for 1 second, because it seems to me that we're glossing over the initial application thing. One of the things that has prevented students from being accepted to programs more than any other thing is an incomplete application. So make sure that step one is done before you go on to step two. And step one is getting your transcripts, making sure you've taken the right courses, that you have all the prerequisite courses and all that sort of thing. And that can take quite a long time. And it may involve you going back and taking an extra course that you forgot about or something. This is probably the most important thing. Do make sure that you have those things, because there's so many students that have, put all their application in, they've done all kinds of supplementary, this, that, and the other thing, and then they realize, oh, shoot, I needed calculus. Make sure that you have all that too. You can find all that information on the university, the OUAC application page. You can also find it on the Rotman School webpage. So you can think of the supplemental application as a sort of an interview in lieu of having a live interview. It sort of tells your story in a way that goes beyond what your grades are, and explains why that you are the way you are. And sometimes that there are things about you and your life and your career that would appear on the surface of it to be a detriment, when in fact they're something that have caused you to learn something, to develop. And that's your chance to explain that in the supplemental application.